What is this? कुछ रिंग्स उनमें घूमते हुए मोती. Yes, yes. So let's wait for few minutes and then we will disclose this. So hello everyone. My name is Saurabh Arora and welcome to my YouTube channel Chem 3D Mind Catalyst. And in last class we did hydrogen spectrum. The spectrum, it is of two types, continuous spectrum and line spectrum. So what is line spectrum and what is the conclusion of this hydrogen spectrum? The line spectrum, when electron gets energy, in hydrogen the electron is present in the first level. When it absorbs energy, it moves to higher level. From ground state electron moves to the higher level is known as excited state. And from that electron can move to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth or infinity. So when electron moves from first to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, infinity, it forms a absorption spectrum. What is absorption spectrum? In absorption spectrum, there is a colored background and electron absorbs certain wavelength energy, and then there are some black lines on the colored background from where electron absorbs energy and moves to higher level. And when electron comes back from this higher level, what it do? It emits those energy. Electron emits the energy, and that energy are this complementary to the absorption. In absorption, there is a black background, and on that there are few lines, and it is known as emission spectrum. One is absorption spectrum and other is emission spectrum. So electron, when it absorbs energy, it moves to higher level, and when it returns, it radiates out energy. And this was the pattern that we discussed in the last class. There are 5 series known as the Lyman, the Balmer, Paschen, Brackett, Pfund. जब इलेक्ट्रॉन फर्स्ट लेवल में वापस आता है तो इट इज नोन एज लाइमन, चाहे वो सेकंड से वापस आए चाहे वो इंफिनिटी से वापस आए. When it returns to Balmer, so it is to the second level. The Lyman lies in ultraviolet region, the Balmer lies in visible region, and Paschen bracket Pfund that corresponds to third level, fourth and fifth, and this is known as they are in infrared region of the spectrum. So ultraviolet, visible, and the next 3 are in infrared. What is the conclusion of this? What is the conclusion of this? So just before going to the conclusion, there is one more question number 15 of NCERT. How many lines are possible? How many lines are possible when electron jumps from number of lines possible when electron jumps from sixth to the first, sixth level to ground level. So as we discussed, कि electron can move directly to first or it can move step by step. So there are more possible lines. Sixth to first आने के लिए what is the pattern? कि electron can directly come to sixth to first या सिक्स टू सेकंड आ जाए या सिक्स टू थर्ड, सिक्स टू फोर, सिक्स टू फाइव. अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन फाइव पे आ गया तो फाइव से डायरेक्ट फर्स्ट, फाइव से सेकंड, फाइव से थर्ड, फाइव से फोर. अगर फोर पे आया तो फोर से डायरेक्ट फर्स्ट, फोर से टू, फोर से थ्री, थ्री पे आया थ्री से फर्स्ट, थ्री से टू, और टू पे आया तो फर्स्ट. इलेक्ट्रॉन कैन मूव directly to first or it can come step by step. So from 6 there are 5 lines possible. From 5 4 lines possible. 4 से 3 lines, 3 से 2 lines and 2 से 1 line. So total number of lines is equal to 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, this is the concept. And now this is the formula. Number of lines possible is equal to n2 minus n1 into n2 minus n1 plus 1 divided by 2, where n2 is the higher level and n1 is the lower level. From 6 to 1 means 6 minus 1 into 6 minus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. So 6 minus 1, 5 and minus 1 plus 1. So 5 into 6 by 2. So 2 into 3, 6. So is equal to 5 into 3, 15 lines. Okay, this is the formula and this is the concept. Electron can directly move or it can move step by step. So make the notes, take the screenshot. And now coming on to the conclusion part of the hydrogen spectrum. When electron absorbs energy, it moves to higher level, and this gave a result to Bohr. Energy is quantized. I told you to remember this word in the previous lectures. Energy is quantized. इलेक्ट्रॉन जब फर्स्ट से हायर लेवल पे जाता है तो देयर आर सर्टेन पैकेट्स, देयर आर सर्टेन लेवल्स, सर्टेन एनर्जी पैकेट्स विच आर एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय द इलेक्ट्रॉन. कि कुछ फिक्स एनर्जी के पैकेट्स होते हैं दैट आर एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय द इलेक्ट्रॉन. कि एनर्जी इज क्वांटाइज्ड, कि इलेक्ट्रॉन एब्जॉर्ब एनर्जी इन फॉर्म ऑफ पैकेट, कि वो कंटिन्यूअस एनर्जी एब्जॉर्ब नहीं करता. एंड दीज एनर्जी पैकेट्स दे प्रूव्ड बोहर कि इलेक्ट्रॉन मूव्स टू एनर्जी लेवल्स, कि इलेक्ट्रॉन मूव्स टू एनर्जी levels, and this led to the discovery of shells or energy level by the Bohr. Electron का जो पाथ था, it had some discrete values, it had some fixed values, it had some packet values, and these values were given name as energy level or shells by the Bohr. So this hydrogen spectrum that proved कि electron moves in fixed energy levels during the absorption and during the emission. By the line spectrum, it was proved electron has some discrete levels, some fixed levels. On that, electron moves, and these levels were named as the shells. And from here, it comes to the Bohr's model. So, what was the Bohr's model? There is a nucleus in the center, same as Rutherford, but electrons are moving in levels. The first level, the second shell, the third shell, the fourth shell, and the fifth shell. So this was the Bohr's model. Electron revolves in fixed paths. Electron revolves in fixed path. That was the Bohr's model. So what was the Bohr's model? एटम के सेंटर में न्यूक्लियस which contains protons and neutrons, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a fixed energy shells. E1, E2, E3, E4, and so on. From the center, there are fixed number of shells 1, 2, 3, 4, which has fixed energy levels E1, E2, E3, E4, and so on. So this is the Bohr's model, and each energy level has a maximum capacity. So maximum number of electrons in a shell is equal to 2n square, which means if n is 1, then electrons can be 2 into 1 square, which means 2 into 1. So first shell can have 2 electrons, n equal to 2. So 2 into 2 square, 2 into 4. Second shell can 8 electrons. Third shell 2 into 3 square, 2 into 3 square, 2 into 9, 18 electrons. The first shell can have only 2 electrons, second can have 8 electrons, third can have 18 electrons, and so on. और यहीं से ही पूरा valence electrons, जो words, these are the words that are commonly used, and these were given by Bohr. Valency क्या होती है, valence electrons क्या होते हैं? So these all depends on the Bohr's model. So on that, I am going to make a separate video. What is valency, what is electron, valence electrons, what are the basics of chemistry. So now continuing, कि जब बोहर ने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड एनर्जी लेवल की डिस्कवरी कर ली, देन देयर वर सम फॉर्मूले नोन एज बोहर्स फॉर्मूले. Some formulae known as Bohr's formulae. The radius of any shell radius of any shell Rn is equal to 0.529 into n square by z. 0.529 into n square divided by z, and that comes in the unit Armstrong. अगर इसी को 52.9 इंटू एन स्क्वायर बाय जेड लिख दे तो इट कम्स इन पिकोमीटर, और 52.9 is also written in some books as 53. अगर इसी को 0.0529 लिख दे इंटू एन स्क्वायर बाय जेड, देन आंसर कम्स इन नैनोमीटर, where n is the shell and z is atomic number. Again, why atomic number? This concept is valid for hydrogen and hydrogen like particles like helium, lithium, beryllium. So these are the formulae of the radius of first shell. Radius can be of second shell, radius of third shell, radius of fourth shell, and so on. We calculate radius of fifth shell of hydrogen. Calculate radius of fifth shell of hydrogen means n is equal to 5, and for hydrogen z is equal to 1, and we can find the answer in any unit. The subjective way we can find answer in any unit, and in MCQ we will see the options and then find the answer according to the unit given in the options. So this is the formula for radius. So radius of any shell, then energy of any shell. Radius of any shell, energy of any shell. So what is the formula of radius? 0.529 into n square divided by z in angstroms. And then energy of any shell. The energy 2.18 into 10 की power minus 18 into z square by n square in joules. और एनर्जी के आगे एक नेगेटिव साइन लगा होता है, और उस पर एक पैराग्राफ गिवन है एनसीईआरटी में इन द बुक्स, व्हाई एनर्जी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज नेगेटिव, कि जब इलेक्ट्रॉन को एनर्जी मिलती है इट मूव्स टू हायर लेवल, और फिर जब वहां से वापस आता है तो इट रेडिएट्स आउट एनर्जी, एंड दैट radiating out energy is represented by the negative sign. Similarly, minus 13.6 into z square by n square, and that formula is in EV, and I already told you 1 EV is equal to 1.6 into 10 की power minus 19 joules. So this is in joules, this in EV, joule per atom, EV per atom, and minus 1312 into z square by n square kilojoule per mole. These are the formulae of energy. तो जैसे जैसे शेल नंबर बढ़ेगा कि एनर्जी एंड शेल, जैसे जैसे एन बढ़ेगा तो वैल्यू नेगेटिव में कम होती जाएगी, कि जैसे जैसे रेडियस इंक्रीज होता है इलेक्ट्रॉन की एनर्जी भी इंक्रीज हो रही है, कि इफ 1 is less than E2, E2 is less than E3, E3 is less than E4, and so on. एक तो ये याद रखना है, एंड देन द डिफरेंस ऑफ E2 minus E1 is greater than E3 minus E2. The E3 minus E2 is greater than E4 minus E3. In some way, there are some MCQ questions given in the books. Which of the following relation is correct? So E2 minus E1 is greater than E3 minus E2, which is greater than E4 minus E3. तो रेडियस के बाद एनर्जी, एंड एनर्जी के बाद वेलोसिटी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. In the Bohr's formula, then velocity of electron in any shell. The velocity of electron is equal to 2.188 into 10 की power 6 into Z by n meter per second, or 2.188 into 10 की power 6 into Z by n, बस यहाँ 10 की power 8 it gives in centimeter per second. But SI unit is meter per second, so we have to remember in meter per second. So these are the formulae of Bohr's. Very बहुत important formulae है. The radius, the velocity and the energy. Energy का क्या था? 2.188 into 10 की power. So 2.18 into 10 की power 18 Z square by n square in joules. So radius, energy and velocity. So let us take one example. Calculate the ratio of second energy level of lithium plus 2 to third energy level of hydrogen. Calculate ratio of radius. तो radius का formula 0.529 into n square by z. तो ratio of lithium and hydrogen, और lithium का energy level 2, और lithium का atomic number, hydrogen, helium, lithium, so 3 to ratio of hydrogen. So hydrogen third energy level and hydrogen atomic number is 1. तो ratio वाले क्वेश्चंस में we will not multiply the numerators, else we will divide to get the ratio, and these constant values they cancel. The constant value cancels, so that becomes ratio of lithium plus 2 to ratio of hydrogen as 2 into 2 4 by 3, and this will come as reciprocal into 1 by 3 square. So that comes as 4 by 27. This is the ratio of second energy level of lithium to third energy level of hydrogen. So this is a numerical which is very important. It may come in subjective, it may come in MCQ also. So you must have noted the answer. तो रेडियस एनर्जी, what is the energy when electron moves to infinity? एनर्जी का फॉर्मूला -2.18 इंटू 10⁻⁻18 इंटू जेड स्क्वायर बाय एन स्क्वायर. Infinity means z square by infinity square, and 1 upon infinity square is कि at infinity the energy of electron becomes zero, कि जब इलेक्ट्रॉन अपनी लेवल्स ग्राउंड लेवल से इंफिनिटी तक जाता है तो इट्स एनर्जी लेवल बिकम जीरो, और जब वो वहां से वापस आएगा तो यहां पे आके उसकी एनर्जी जीरो हो गई, और वहां से आने के बाद भी इलेक्ट्रॉन रेडिएट्स एनर्जी. At infinity, the energy of electron is zero, and when it comes to its original level, and when it comes to ground state, it radiates out energy. Electron radiates out energy, and that is why the energy of electron is negative. That is why energy of electron is negative. This is the reason why there is negative sign in the formula of energy. The one thing is this, and the one last concept on energy is the difference between the two energy level, En1 and En2. En1 means when electron is at N1 lower level, and En2 is when electron is at higher level, and delta E is equal to En2 minus En1. So that becomes -2.18 into 10⁻⁻18 z square by n2 square minus -2.18 into 10⁻⁻18 into z square by n1 square. Taking 2.18 into 10⁻⁻18 into z square by common, और ये वाला n1 square माइनस माइनस will become 1 प्लस, तो 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square is equal to delta E. जब इलेक्ट्रॉन थर्ड से सेकेंड, थर्ड से फर्स्ट, तो व्हाट इज द एनर्जी ड्यूरिंग द एमिशन, so that will become delta E. And wavelength, delta E is equal to hc over lambda. So from here we can also calculate the wavelength. Delta E minus delta E 2.18 into 10⁻⁻18 z square 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square, और delta E is equal to hc over lambda. और इन दोनों फॉर्मूलों को अगर हम कंबाइन कर दें, so we will get the Rydberg formula that we discussed in the last lecture at the end. From here we will get 1 upon lambda is equal to r 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square into z square. So take the screenshot, और अगर इसी में ही वर्ड आ जाए कि there is one word that we will discuss in the next chapter, that is known as ionization. What is meant by ionization? Ionization means to move electron to infinity. इलेक्ट्रॉन कहाँ पे है? इंफिनिटी में. इन दैट केस n2 becomes infinity and 1 upon infinity is 0. कि अगर क्वेश्चन में आयोनाइजेशन और आयोनाइजेशन एनर्जी वर्ड आ जाए तो दैट मीन्स n2 is the infinity level where the energy of electron becomes 0. So we will solve the numerical accordingly. So energy is quantized, so that gave the Bohr's formulae. And orbit angular momentum, when electron is moving on its path, its orbit angular momentum mvr, momentum is m into v and orbit is along a circular motion along the shells of radius r is given by n h by 2 pi, where n can be first shell, second shell, third shell and so on. So if n is 1, so 1h by 2 pi. If n is 2, 2h by 2 pi. If n is 3, so 3h by 2 pi. So from here also we can deduce, we can give the conclusion that orbit angular momentum is also quantized. The electron moves only to those levels, to those energy level where it gets the multiple of h by 2 pi. All these are proving the energy level in an atom, and that led to the discovery of the Bohr's model. This is orbit angular momentum. So this is how Bohr discovered the atom, the structure of atom, which has been the most famous structure. और इसका अभी भी यूज होता है, although it has got failed, there are few limitations, but still it gives valency, valence electron. How the formulae are formed all depends on the Bohr's model. So the limitation of Bohr's model is, the first limitation is the Bohr model. The first limitation is the Bohr's model is applicable only for single electron atoms or ions. जब मल्टी इलेक्ट्रॉन सिस्टम आते हैं, मल्टी इलेक्ट्रॉन एटम्स एलिमेंट्स आते हैं, तो ऑन दैट बोहर्स मॉडल फेल. And the second, the spectrum in the magnetic field and electric field. the spectrum in magnetic field and electric field. What happens in magnetic field and electric field? If these lines they split further. If these lines they split further, and that are known as, there are two names given for electric field. It is known as Stark effect, and for magnetic field it is known as Zeeman effect. For magnetic field it is known as, so, Zeeman effect and the Stark effect. So these are the two major limitations, and then the last two topics of the chapter, and then we will complete the structure of atom. The two topics that will fail the Bohr's model. So those topics are also very important and numerical based. So we will cover in the last lecture of the chapter, structure of atom. So thank you so much for watching the video. So it's Saurabh Roda signing off. Thank you so much once again.